I forgot to turn out the kitchen light. Thanks for joining my live. My name is Joyce Fields. I am 81 years old, and I am a veteran of TikTok lives. I did over 500 TikTok lives. I did my last TikTok live on Friday, August 29th, and I did my first YouTube live the following Monday, on Monday, September 1st. So I left TikTok because they were going to be, or they probably already have, implementing new rules about community guidelines violations. And I thought that it was too restrictive. And so I no longer do my lives on TikTok, but I still post every day. I have almost 54,000 followers on TikTok, so I'm not abandoning them. So I'm posting every day, but I do my lives only on YouTube. And also, I moved from TikTok because they were going to be increasing the amount of subscriptions. So now over here on YouTube, subscribing is free. There's no charge. And my yesterday's live took me over 1,000. I now have, I think it's like 1,045 subscribers. So that's a good thing. I think that some things are available when you have over 1,000 subscribers. So now, this is I think it's my 18th YouTube live. Like I told y'all, I've done over 500 TikTok lives. So I love doing these lives. I'm 81 years old. I share advice that will help you to undifficult your life. I have been using this advice that I share with y'all since I was about 10 years old. Good morning. And I know that it works. I use it every single day. And from 81 years old to 10 years old, or vice versa, 10 years old to 81, that's a long time, okay? So this advice that I share with y'all, I have been gifted, the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power, gifted me with the ability to communicate concepts, philosophies, examples, stuff like that from my mind to y'all's mind. And I do that through not only the words that I share with you, the advice that I share, but I also do it through what I call helpful hand visuals. One of my viewers in a TikTok live, her name is Jessie Knott, and she said, quote, "These visuals are so helpful," unquote. And what she was referring to, I call them helpful hand visuals because of what she said. They are gestures that I do with my hands that help me to illustrate the points that I am making. They really kind of fasten in the point that I am making. So when I do them throughout the live, so I share 4 pillars of advice. Pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how to do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that, but I always start with the toddlers. And if you're raising toddlers, 2 and 3-year-olds, thank you. you will want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Pillar number 3. Now, I don't do religion or politics on my lives, y'all. So if you're coming up with religion or politics, you will either be put in time out or removed altogether. I don't know what my moderators will do to you, but they're not, they will either put you in time out or whatever the comment is, the comment will deserve whatever punishment you receive. Okay. So now if you're on my live and you're a troll, trolls don't bother me. They really don't bother me. They reflect on the troll. They show what a small mind a troll has. So, and I've had trolls apologize to me, for real. So if you are thinking about being a troll on my live, it doesn't bother me. It reflects on you and your immaturity or stupidity or whatever you want to call it. So it doesn't bother me. You're wasting your time. And you are the kind of person that really needs to hear the advice that I share. Okay. So now, pillar number 2 is to increase your level of patience. And I told you if you're 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you do that. But I said if you're raising toddlers, you'll want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Then pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry. So stay calm. And when I get to pillar number 3, that helpful hand visual that I do when I did it the first time this year in one of my TikTok lives, it blew my viewers' minds, a lot of them, it blew their minds. And I did it for my man, and it blew his mind. And by the way, my man's name is Pap. We have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly. It blows my mind too, y'all. We have been together for 68 years. Since we were both 13 years old. We celebrated 58 years of marriage on June 3rd. But we've been together for 68 years. I'm going to show you a picture. I love passage of time pictures. That's what I call it. So this is, I'll get back to the pillars. I was on pillar number 3. This is 1969, and we were 25 years old. There's that one. 1969, 25 years old. Now this one is our 57th wedding anniversary, 2024. And we were both 80 years old on this one. 80 years old. Okay. All right. Now here you go. 25 and 80. Thank you. Yep, 25 and 80. I have a lot of pictures of us where, you know, we were younger and then we were older. So we've been together since we were 13. And the earliest picture that I have of us is his 16th birthday. Yeah, I can show you that one too. I hadn't planned on doing this, but I can show you that picture of his 16th birthday. There it is right there. That's his 16th birthday. And that's his 50th birthday. Now, I was 15 on this picture and 49 on that one. And then this is his 70th birthday. And I was 69. So his 16th birthday, his 50th birthday, and his 70th birthday. This is the book, The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, among other things. It's 64 pages, and it's $9.99 at goodshortbooks.com. That's 64 pages, which includes 22 pages of my own recipes. And Pap says that I am an incredible cook. He says that he lives in a 5-star restaurant. So this book is 64 pages, which includes 22 pages of my own recipes. And it's $9.99 at goodshortbooks.com. I am also an author, but I spend 80% of my live time, if not 90% of it, sharing the advice. But I want y'all to know that I am an author and I have written. Go to goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. There are 11 nonfiction books there. Thanks, Shells. 11 nonfiction books there. My sister wrote 1 and I wrote 10. Nonfiction. And they are all flying off the shelves, y'all, because people are coming on to my lives and they are learning about the books. So check it out, y'all. Now, back to pillar number 3. I was telling y'all that to stay calm, there's so much power in that. And I was telling y'all that Spirit gives me all of these helpful hand visuals that I do, y'all. And when I did that helpful hand visual, I told y'all that it blew Pap's mind too. His real name is Fred. It blew his mind, and it also blows my mind. So stay tuned. When I get to that pillar number 3, when I do that helpful hand visual, it'll blow a lot of y'all's minds as well, okay? Now, pillar number 4, that's the last pillar. There are only 4 pillars. Pillar number 4 is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, all of that. Oh, thank you. And I will tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Now, back to pillar number 1. Share the live, y'all, because I would love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. I'm telling you, the advice that I share will help y'all to undifficult your life. I made up that word. If something can be difficult, I say it can be undifficult. You see? Okay. So this advice that I share will help you to undifficult your life. Oh, I don't preach, I share. So, pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. I don't know if you have ever thought about this before, but there are only 2 attitudes that you can have. Think about it. Have you ever thought about it before? There are only 2 attitudes that you can have. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. Have you ever thought about that before? Come on, give me some responses. There are only 2 attitudes. Have you ever just outright thought about the fact that there are only 2 attitudes that you can have? A negative attitude or a positive attitude. That's it, just 2. Come on, give me some responses, y'all. You ever thought about that? Okay, somebody said exactly. Okay, you have thought about it. Good. Wonderful. Come on, give me some responses. Okay, wonderful. Great. So now, you don't choose to have a negative attitude. That's what I have observed, okay? That's what I have observed. You don't choose to have a negative attitude. Here's the way it works. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and a positive attitude is a choice. It is an on-purpose choice that you make. It's a deliberate choice that you make. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, you almost definitely will have a negative attitude. It's almost as if it is a default, okay? It's a default. So you have to choose to have a positive attitude. And the way you choose to have a positive attitude is you write a program. The way you write a program is you say it out loud. And this is what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to repeat it. That's the program that you write, and you say it out loud. I don't care who's around you. It gives you an opportunity to spread positivity, because if they heard you, then they might want to say, or they might say, how are you going to do that? I'd be interested in learning how to do that. Here's what you say, the program that you write. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And put your feet on that path to do just that. When you develop a positive attitude, and maintaining it is a lifelong process, but it is so much fun. When you develop a positive attitude, it's like you are holding a plug in your hand, and you plug it into your spirit. You plug it into your soul, and it electrifies you. It like kicks you into action in your own life. That's what a positive attitude does. You know, I can show you, this is what my live is all about. I'm going to be showing you, actually showing you what I am talking about, these points that I'm making. So, a positive attitude. Now, I am going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. You heard that correctly. I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you what a negative attitude looks like. 1, 2, 3. Here's what a negative attitude looks like. These are the kind of people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Complain, complain, complain. In the meantime, what my hands are doing is a helpful hand visual, and this represents positive elements flying through the air. Positive elements are constantly flying through the air at all times, but they always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. You see, these are positive elements. They are constantly flying through the universe, but they always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. Now, when you write that program and when you say out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. This is what happens. On the count of 3, I'm going to show you what happens when you say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. 1, 2, 3. Now, you see that? What was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. You see that? Did I communicate that effectively from my mind to y'all's minds? Come on, give me some responses. YouTube says I have 60 people on here, so give me some responses. Let me know if I communicated that effectively, if you can use that. Oh, wonderful, CT. Great. Okay. Great. When you say those words and mean it from the bottom of your soul, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You raise your vibration. You raise your frequency. Ah, good. Thank you. You raise your vibration. You see, you raise your frequency. That's why I say it's like a plug. And you plug it into your spirit, you plug it into your soul, just simply having a positive attitude. And the program says from now on, you understand what that means? That means from this point forward, I don't care what your attitude was like 5 minutes ago. You start from this point forward. It says from now on. And you can tell the people in your family or friends, all of that, hey, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And don't throw it up in my face about what my attitude was like yesterday or last week or last year. Don't even throw it up in my face. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That means from this point forward. And you can choose to make that statement and to write that program any minute of your life. Any minute of your life. Okay? So you have that choice. You must choose to have a positive attitude. It doesn't just come and sit in your lap. It's worth pursuing. It wakes you up to your own life, your own living. You see? Positive attitude. Now, I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life that probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you. But like I told you, you can choose any minute of any day in your life to decide to have a positive attitude. And I told you what to say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Okay? So, write that program. But now I'm going to read you the list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And it might be you. But you can change it anytime you want to. Here are the words: anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, ego. Back up to the top. The last word is ego, but the first word is anger. The very first word on the list is anger, y'all. Do you know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? Are you the one? Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Please share the live too, y'all. I hope that y'all would think that you would love for more people to hear this advice. I live it. I know that it works. So, do you know people who are angry? Are you the one who is angry, who's full of anger? That's negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges against other people? Are you the one who is full of resentment, who holds grudges? That is negative. Well, you want to hear what I have to say, Mo, because I'm hoping that I'll convince you. I'm going to remember. Yeah, okay. So that's negative. I'm going to come back to it because that's a real big one, as Mo said. Now, how about lies and dishonesty? Hey, Britt. Do you know people who lie? People who are dishonest? Are you the liar? Are you the dishonest one? That is negative too. Now back up to resentment and holding grudges. If you are full of resentment and if you are holding grudges against other people, I'm going to tell you something that you probably have never heard before. You are living in the past. Mm-hmm. Yep. You, my dear, are living in the past because you are holding on to something that happened. It happened. You can't do anything about it. The people who did that to you can do nothing to change it. You can't do anything to change it. It happened. So you have to forgive. You understand? Because let me tell you, when you hold on to anger and resentment and all of these ugly things, you're holding into the lying and regretting and arrogance and eat all of that stuff. It damages your soul. It damages your spirit. Look around you. Most of the people that you know hold grudges, hold on to resentment. They're on pharmaceutical meds. They're not aging well, a lot of them, because holding resentment and grudges against other people will put you into bad health, guaranteed. Well, almost guaranteed. I think guaranteed. Okay, for real. Think about it. You have to forgive, and I don't care what they did or who it is. You must forgive. And you forgive for your own sake. When you hold on to unforgiveness, you are damaging your own cells, your blood, your organs, your bones. Your whole being is affected by your holding on to ugliness. Ugliness damages the person who carries it. You understand that? You have to understand that because you must forgive. And doesn't matter who it is or what they did. You have to forgive. So a lot of people come on my lives and they say, well, what if it was this? And what if they did that? It doesn't matter what it was. So, but now to forgive. Now, a lot of people will tell you to forgive and forget. Hell no. You don't ever forget. You'd be a total idiot to forget. Don't be an idiot. Don't forget. Keep it on the stove, on the back burner, but don't you ever forget. Now, when you do forgive, that doesn't mean that you let them back into your life or you go back into theirs. But that's a good thing if all parties agree, you see. But you must forgive because you are destroying your own spirit, your own soul, so you carry unforgiveness that's ugly. And ugliness, no, I'm going to tell you how you forgive. So I don't just lead you there. I show you how you do these things, okay? Because, like I told y'all, God or the higher power, or whatever you call your higher power, the universe, has gifted me with the ability to break it down and communicate it from my mind to y'all's minds. For real. And I will demonstrate that throughout my lives. I'm going to be on here until around 5:30, 5:35. Okay, so 90-minute lives, y'all. Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. Spread the word for me. Where was I? Now, most of the time, I can get back to where I was. So I'm rewinding now, y'all. Where was I? I was talking about... Hold on. Sometimes I get a little clicks in the road, so I'm trying to have you ask them. Okay, for forgiveness. So I was talking about forgiveness. I'm going to tell you how you can forgive easily. I'm 81 years old. When I was a kid, there was no such thing as a text message, no such thing as email, a video call, none of that stuff. So you can forgive by any of those methods, any of that technology that y'all got now, okay? But if you don't want to ever communicate with them, thank you, not ever again. You don't want to text them, you don't want to email, nothing. You can say it out loud to the universe, for real. And I'm going to give you 4 examples that what has happened on my life. So now I'm going to tell you, say it out loud to the universe. Now, people putting comments on here that are like paragraphs. I don't read those. I don't have time. So don't bother putting like 3 or more lines. You know, I read the comments that I like your earrings and you're right or whatever. They have, you can say something in 1 or 2 sentences, not in 3 or more lines. I don't have time to read that. I hardly have time to share the advice that I share with all of y'all, okay? So, and every once in a while, I'll look down and I'll see the comments, but I'm looking up here. I'm looking at, I don't even know where I'm looking, but I'm looking up here. I don't see the comments. I see them in my peripheral vision, and I see them moving up and all of that. And I see these paragraphs that y'all are putting in. I don't read those. When I look down, okay, I'm looking down now. Somebody said, love you. Somebody said, what up, Grandma? Okay. Her name is, yeah, see, that's the Shelster. she keeping people in line with respect, you okay? All right, so now I'm back up here. Now I'm not even looking down there at the comments. So I'm going to tell you, I remember where I was too. Forgive, you can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. For real. Here's what you say. Now, here's not what you, I'm not ready for that part right now. I'm going to tell you this. I don't know if you realize this, if you know it, but the universe was there, or God, or whatever you call your higher power. It was there when the mess happened to you, when they did this to you. Okay? The universe saw it, heard it, whatever. Okay? The universe was there. I don't know if you thought about that. So you can forgive them when you say it out loud. Tell it to the universe. Now, I say this every live that I do, and it shakes up a whole lot of people. I'm going to ask you this. Do you realize that the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power sees everything that you do, hears everything that you say, and reads your thoughts? I'm going to repeat that. Do you know, do you understand, do you realize that the universe or God or whatever you call your higher power sees everything that you do right now, hears everything that you say right now, and reads your thoughts right now? Now, here's a question. I'm saying this to you. When I said that, does that cause you to consider more keenly what you do, say, and think? Now, when I ask that question, I get a ton of yeses. Okay, so I'm asking y'all. Come on, give me some credits, give me some responses. Thank you. You're welcome. Come on, give me some responses. Did what I just said cause you to really think about what you do, say, and think from now on, knowing that God or whatever you call your higher power sees everything you do right now, hears everything you say right now, and reads your thoughts right now? And it amazes me. Good. I get so many yeses, y'all can see them. I get so many. And I'm just happy that I'm bringing y'all into the consciousness that the universe is there. And y'all worried about all this stuff? You don't be worried about nothing. The universe has got it all under control, but it's up to you to develop and maintain a positive attitude. Okay, so now here is what you say when you ask the universe for forgiveness. Universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. I'm going to repeat it. Universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. And use your hand the way that I used mine. That symbolizes touching the spirit or touching the universe. I'm going to do it again. Universe, I forgive so and so for doing such and such to me. The universe knows what happened. When you say that, that's how you forgive. Now, I'm going to give y'all 4 instances of people who are on my lives, and I will tell you what happened with them. The first one was a young lady, and she said she forgave her dad that way. And she immediately burst into tears. The second young lady said, I forgave myself that way. And you can forgive yourself too. The universe saw what you did or heard what you said. You got that? Think about it, okay? You can forgive yourself. So she said that she forgave herself and she immediately burst into tears. The third one, I'm going to give you 4 examples. The third one was a young man, and he said that he forgave and he felt his spirit shift. Yes. So the 2 young ladies that burst into tears and the young man that felt his spirit shift, that is because I told you a few minutes ago, maybe you weren't here, but if you hold on to resentment and hold grudges, you are creating an invisible internal burden on your spirit, on your soul, on your whole, on your blood, on your cells, on your organs, on your whole being. And when you forgive, it's like the Shelster calls it a pressure release valve. When you forgive, you release it, and it goes psst. You see? That is why they burst into tears, because it was they didn't even realize that they were carrying it. Okay? Now, the 4th young lady, her name's Patricia. She had been watching my lives, because I'm always talking about these 4 pillars. And she had been watching my lives, and I talk about forgiveness. She had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years. That's right. She had been holding a grudge against her mother for over 40 years, y'all. She forgave her mother. Now, that's over 40 years worth of Mother's Days and all kinds of stuff, you know. She forgave her mother. And then this past Mother's Day, they spent it together. And she came up as a guest on one of my lives and shared with us how beautiful it was to be reconnected with her mother. So it was just a beautiful thing. It warmed my heart to know that the advice that I share really helped people, you know. So now I do not read comments that are more than 3 lines long, okay? So I'm not reading that. I don't even understand. I can see that it's more than 3 lines long. Every once in a while, I will look down at the comments and I'll read some. I'll take screenshots of some, that kind of stuff. But I will not do 3 sentences, 3 lines or more. I'm not reading it. I don't have time. And I hope y'all understand that. What would I look like if I was sitting here reading comments? I can't read comments. I hardly have time to share the advice that I have to share. Oh, thank you. See, I saw yours. So there. Thank you, CT. I appreciate that. So, where was I? Forgive. Yeah, I was telling y'all about Patricia. So, forgiveness is for your sake. You understand that? You relieve yourself of such a huge, ugly burden, okay? So now, I'm going to tell y'all something else that you probably, because I said you probably never heard that if you are full of resentment, you are living in the past. So thanks, Valerie. So now, I'm going to tell you something else that you probably never heard. I'm going to ask you a question. Now, I already told y'all that positive attitude, negative attitude. You got to have one or the other. But nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Oh, I believe you, Shells. So, like I said, nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. I am going to ask you a question. Please respond. Now, I only want no responses, okay? People on my lives who have already learned the answer to the question, okay? Just sit there and smile because you already know. But I'm looking for responses that say no. Now, here is the question. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? ratio. Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? And I'm going to fully explain what a ratio is and how you use it, okay? Okay, good. The responses are starting to come in. Thanks, Coriel. Pretty name. I like that. All right, Darlene, thank you. Michelle, I said I only want no responses. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Mr. Video. Thanks, CT. Any more? Any more? Any more no responses? Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna put you in timeout, honey. I'm gonna put you in timeout for 1 minute. All right, and that's what I already asked. Okay, I'm gonna put you in timeout too. For 1 minute. And if you keep doing it, then I'm gonna remove you. I don't play that kind of mess. Okay, so now, okay. Now, where was I? Yeah, ratio. Y'all have all these no responses. You're going to love this. A ratio, thank you, Sakia. I think that's great. So you're going to love this. A ratio is a very simple tool that will help you, definitely will help you to better control your life. A ratio is a very simple tool that will definitely help you to better control your life. You are the controller of your ratio. You set your own ratio. If you set it too high, you can lower it. If you set it too low, you can raise it. My ratio is 80-20. You see? My ratio is 80-20. And I'm going to use mine to show you how you use yours. 80-20. Some people on my lives have chosen, and 80-20 is not, it doesn't belong to me. It's anybody can use 80-20. So some people on my lives have chosen 75-25, 60-40, that kind of stuff, so whatever you want. If you set it too low, you can raise it. If you set it too high, you can lower it, okay? You are the only one that controls it. Okay, and most people don't even know you have one unless you come on here and tell tell me what you are, what you have. So it doesn't matter whether they know it or not, because you're the one that control it, you know. So hey, okay. Now, my ratio is 80-20. That means that 80% of the time I do what is positive. I'm in the positive attitude mode 80% of the time. 20% of the time, I'm happy being in the positive attitude mode, but now 20% of the time, I can be in the negative attitude mode, okay? But now I'm going back over to the positive attitude mode. So, oh, I don't like the word mindset. Mindset is a real, it means different things to different people. I use the word attitude. Attitude has a general acceptance of the meaning of the word attitude. Mindset can be a whole lot of different things to a whole lot of different people. So I never use that word other than if I'm reading it. Okay. So now, 80% of the time, that means that 80% of the time, I do, okay, good. I do what is positive. I honor the programs that I write 80% of the time. 80% of the time, I do what is fair, what is right, what is honest, what is considerate, what is kind, all of those positive things. That's 80% of the time. 20% of the time, I am okay being in the negative attitude mode. And whatever your percentage that you assign to your negative attitude mode, it can never include physical abuse. You cannot hit people. You cannot throw things. If you are, you got to stop. It can never include verbal abuse. You cannot cuss people out. You cannot insult people. If you are, you got to stop. And thanks to one of my viewers, her username is Midnight, she asked me to include tone of voice. And I was glad to include it because it's very important. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So I included that. So there's three things you cannot do when you're in that negative attitude mode. You cannot be physically abusive. You can't hit anybody. You can't throw things. You cannot be verbally abusive. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And you cannot use an ugly tone of voice. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. You see? So as long as you don't do any of those three things, you're fine to be in your negative attitude mode. So, did that help y'all? That ratio? Oh, good. Thank you, CT. Come on. Give me some more responses, y'all. CT said awesome. Thanks. Y'all can see it yourselves. Okay, come on. Give me some more responses, y'all. Come on. Yeah, good. Wonderful. Great. Don't talk about Jesus. I don't do Jesus on my lives or my or politics. Jesus, religion, and politics, I don't have any use for neither one of them. So I don't deal with that either. So now, if you come on my lives doing that, you will be removed. So the only people I want on my lives are the people that want to hear the advice that I share. Okay. Thank you. So now, you live your life by a ratio. This is a negative attitude. Negative attitude is on lock. This is you in the form of spirit, in the form of inner peace. Now, this is a negative attitude. Here you come, spirit and inner peace. It can't get through. A negative attitude, it cannot get through. So they go away. Spirit and inner peace go away. A negative attitude repels inner peace. A negative attitude repels spirit. Okay? Here's a positive attitude. Positive attitude, y'all. Yes, Nate, positivity. Here is you in the form of inner peace, in the form of spirit. It could just be inner peace and spirit, not just you. It gets through. Not only does it get through, it turns and encases your whole spirit, your whole soul. You must have a positive attitude to get inner peace. Now, Spirit came to me in the month of June and said, there's such a thing as outer peace. I said, huh? I never heard of outer peace. Spirit explained it. Inner peace can never be disturbed. Inner peace can never be destroyed. It is sewn into the fabric of your soul, of your being. When you develop and maintain a positive attitude, inner peace can come to you. Okay? Now, outer peace, Spirit explained this. Outer peace is somebody, let's say you are trying to study or sleep, and somebody's making noise in the same room or downstairs or upstairs or across the street or whatever. That's disturbing your outer peace. And there's a law on the books that says disturbing the peace. You can call the cops on people who are disturbing the peace. So that's outer peace. And outer peace can be disturbed. Outer peace can be destroyed. But inner peace cannot. But you must have a positive attitude to get inner peace. You must have a positive attitude for Spirit to come and talk to you. Okay? So, now, if anybody in your family is doing things or saying things to disturb your peace, and it's usually somebody in your family, what I suggest you do, here's the advice that I share with you. You can do things in a positive way on every level. All you have to do is stop and think of what is the positive way to handle this. It's no harm in you stopping to think. Takes a few seconds. You think like lightning, okay? So if anybody in your family is just doing things or saying things that disturb your peace, you must tell them. You have to protect your peace. And that includes your mama. Nobody should be allowed to disturb your peace. Now, and I'm going to tell you how to deal with your mama too. Always kindness, always love, always, So you tell them like words like this. I love y'all dearly. I really do. But when y'all do such and such, or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. And give them time. Now, they're not obligated to change their behavior because you told them, but you're obligated to tell people that they're disturbing your peace. But you don't tell them in an ugly way. You don't cuss them out. You're not snippy or anything like that. So give them enough time after you've told them to see if they're going to change their behavior. If they don't change their behavior, then it gives you the responsibility to come back at them and say words to this effect. I told y'all I love y'all dearly. I told y'all when y'all do such and such or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. And y'all are still doing it. Y'all are still saying it. That leaves me no choice. I must protect my peace. So, and I give y'all 3 options. Option 1, I have to feed y'all with a long handle spoon. Option 2, I have to love y'all from a distance. Or option 3, I have to stop coming around y'all. You're perfectly within your rights to say that if they don't change their behavior. You see? So, now, if it's your mama that's just doing this, disturbing your peace, here's your mama disturbing your peace, and here you are coming in getting your peace disturbed. Now, this is all after you write your program, after you say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Now, back to your mama disturbing your peace. You say, Mama, I love you dearly. Now, but when you do such and such, or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. And some mamas would say, what peace? Some mamas would say, you ain't got no peace. That's mama. Leave her alone. But when you said that program, when you said it out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. Share the live, y'all. I still got quite a bit of time left, y'all. You raise your frequency. You raise your vibration. You are up here. You are no longer on this frequency. You are no longer on this vibration. Oh, that's good, Nate. You're up here. You raise your frequency. You raise your vibration. You are now able to look at your mother's behavior, and it doesn't bother you because you're not on that same vibration anymore. You rose above it. When you wrote that program, when you said those words out loud, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. That means that you develop it and then you have to maintain it for the rest of your life. You make a commitment to having a positive attitude. Yes. Yes. Positive attitude. That's really one of the keys to peace and happiness. And happy is a word just like mindset. Happy is different things to different people. So I say peaceful. You know, when you are, just, what can I say? Hold on, I'm rewinding here, y'all. Yeah, forgive. And I was telling you how you forgive your mama. Oh, I wanted to tell y'all about this too. Triggers. Y'all use that word. I'm 81 years old. That's a relatively new word to me. No, Valerie, it's not hard or scary. It's all in your own mind. As you think, okay, there you go. So if you think it is, it is. What can I say? It's not, I can tell you that. It's just a challenge, but it's not hard. And it's not scary. It's just life. So don't be a crybaby. Don't be weak. Don't be a wimp. Buckle up. Belly up to the bar. Okay? So don't be wimps, y'all. Life ain't made for wimps. You got to get strong. You got to get stronger. Yes. So, I was telling y'all, yeah, triggers. People will say somebody triggered them. What? No. If they did, you gave them that kind of power. What in the world are you doing giving anybody the kind of power to trigger you? That word is stupid anyway, trigger you. Somebody on my live said, I ain't a gun, I ain't got no trigger. That's right, you're not a gun, you have no trigger. Nobody makes you angry. Nobody makes you do something. Nobody makes you say something. Oh, good. So, don't have triggers. Don't give people that kind of power over your emotions. I never, ever get angry, y'all. Never. I get pissed off, but I get over it quickly. Anger serves no useful purpose. Okay, Vance, I'm going to put you in timeout. I don't do religion or politics on my lives. I'm going to put you in timeout, and if you come back with that same stuff, you will be removed. Now, in the meantime, you need to sit there and listen to the advice that I share. I share advice that will help y'all to undifficult your life, okay? So don't be talking about religion or politics, and don't be trying to troll me. because you're going to be removed. It's up, so now, where was I? Let me think here. I was talking about dealing with people that are, triggers. So don't have triggers. That nobody can make you say anything. You control your vocal cords, you control your tongue, your lips, your mouth, all of that. So nobody can make you say anything, and nobody can make you do anything. If let's say you hit something or somebody, you control the muscles that control your own fist. So stop doing that kind of stuff. Don't be triggered and all that. That's total mess. So, all right, now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older. Now, I told y'all pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I told y'all how you do that. You write the program. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And that is something that you do for the rest of your life. But it is fun. It makes your life more enjoyable when you have a positive attitude. Now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. So if you're raising toddlers, here you go. When that toddler asks for a cookie, tell that toddler, I'll give it to you in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer. Give that toddler that cookie in 5 minutes. Stretch it to, and do that several times. And then stretch it to 10 minutes. Same thing, do that several times. Stretch it to 15 minutes. Use the timer all the way through. And go all the way up to an hour or more. So not only will you be teaching that toddler patience, you will also be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time, okay? Now, and it's a wonderful thing to have a patient toddler. I don't have to tell you that. Spirit came to me and told me, Joyce, you can share how your viewers can teach themselves how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. So I'm sure some of y'all would be interested in doing this. It's a very short, fun exercise, and you need a piece of paper and something to write with. And I'm going to give y'all 10 seconds while I drink some tea, and then I'm going to come back and tell you how you teach yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Excuse me. I'm going to count to 10. Okay, oh, that's good. This is rosemary tea with nettle tea. And I have, it's sweetened with honey. I got coconut oil, cinnamon, all kinds of good stuff in there. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you how you feel time. You got on that piece of paper, you write down the time that it is right now, whatever your time zone is. Write down the time. Put the paper away. Then at some point later, try to guess what time it is at that point. And do this several times during the course of every day. Now, I do it all the time, mentally. I don't need anything to write, no tools or so. And if you do it constantly, what it does is it zeroes you in on the movement of time. You see? So if you do that and keep doing it every single day, you won't need to have any tools, to work with or anything else. You'll do it automatically like I do. And I don't know how long I've been doing this. So that is the way you teach yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. Now, I also told you how you do it with a toddler. I recommend this book Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. I had it translated into Spanish. Madre Docena. So, all right, so now, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. It's 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. Makes a wonderful gift for a parent, expectant parents or parents of toddlers. It will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. So I talk about the book because I talk about patience. This is when I was talking about patience. So Mother's Dozen, that's 12. An easy recipe. Recipe says that there are ingredients. And here are the 12 ingredients. And the last ingredient is patience. I cover patience here in this book. So, wonderful gift, y'all, for new parents. So now, if you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your level of patience. You make yourself wait. Make yourself wait. And say it out loud. Write this program out loud. I am teaching myself patience. I am learning how to increase my level of patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. Especially if it's something that you are fiending for, especially if it's something that you normally would give yourself immediate gratification for, make yourself wait. Make yourself wait. And if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, that's a wonderful thing. Yes. So make yourself wait. That is the way you teach yourself patience. Simple. Okay. Now, if you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it, that's great. I already told you that. So it tells you that you're stronger than it was. You always were. Always were. Now, pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. Share the live, y'all. I still got quite a bit of time left on here. Continue, please, and share the live so I can tell a whole lot more people. I can share this advice with a whole lot more people. So now, stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry. You are very powerful when you are calm. You're powerful in the fact that you are able to think clearly, okay? So that makes you powerful. Now, this helpful hand visual that I'm going to do in pillar number 3, when I did it the first time in one of my TikTok videos this year, it blew a lot of the viewers' minds. And like I say, Spirit gives me all of these helpful hand visuals, y'all. And I did it for Pap, and it blew his mind. And it blows my mind, too, because when I did pillar number 3, stay calm, I was talking about staying calm as opposed to becoming angry. So this is, now, Spirit came to me and told me to use the word neurons in my live. This was this year, and it was in a TikTok live. And I had never used the word neurons before. I had a vague familiarity with what neurons are a part of your brain. And so I was talking about staying calm as opposed to becoming angry. So when you are calm, your neurons are doing like this. They're just traveling through your brain. Thanks for the subscription. Subscription is free, y'all. So it's just traveling through your brain, and they are communicating with each other. And so this is a helpful hand visual to help y'all understand what goes on inside your body, okay? These are your neurons when you are calm, okay? Calm. These are your neurons when you are angry. Look. Oh my goodness. Oh wee. So Spirit came to me and told me to use the word neurons and to do those helpful hand visuals in one of my lives this year, TikTok live. I've done over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing these lives, just like I love telling y'all all about the books and stuff. So, but then Spirit said, now it came to me around between 4 and 5:15 a.m. while I was doing my lives, or live that time. And Spirit came back to me that night and said, look up what neurons do. Honest to goodness. Honest to goodness. I never would have looked up what neurons do. I never would have used the word. I never used the word neurons before in all my lives that I've already done. So I obeyed when Spirit told me that. So now I Googled it. Spirit told me to look it up. So I looked it up. Here's what Google said that neurons do. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. That's what your neurons are doing. That's why you cannot think straight. Oh, thank you. That's why you cannot think straight when you are upset. When you are, especially when you are angry, you can't think straight. So that's why you can't make good decisions when you're angry. That's why you can't make good choices. So think about your neurons, y'all. Do yourself a favor. Think about your neurons the next time you feel yourself becoming angry. Think, oh my God, I don't want my neurons to get out of whack. Then I won't be able to think straight. Okay? So, this is what your neurons should be doing. Yeah, this is what they should be doing. Not this. Think about this, y'all. This is what your neurons are doing when you are upset, when you are angry, not upset, angry. Okay? Remember that. Good deal. Now, pillar number 4. Remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or any of that stuff. Those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass, y'all. Nothing in life is permanent. No situation lasts. No scenario lasts. This too shall pass. We even use the word pass when we're talking about death. He passed last week. She passed yesterday. This too shall pass, y'all. I don't care what kind of a situation you are in. If you remember those 4 words, they will relieve you. The next time your mama is chewing you out or your daddy is chewing you out, they cannot read your mind. They cannot read your mind. Sit there or stand there and be getting chewed out and think, this too shall pass. She ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. This too shall pass. He ain't gonna be fussing at me forever. You understand? This too shall pass. That will calm you. See, all of these things work together. They all work together, y'all. I'm 81 years old. I have been living the advice that I just shared with y'all since I was about 10 years old. Okay? So, remember these 4 pieces of advice. Pillar number 1, not pieces, but pillars. And Pap is the one who renamed, I used to say pieces, so I reverted to that, okay? So, but Pap is the one who said pillars. A pillar is a strong, sturdy structure that you can build your foundation on, and that's what these pillars do. Pillar number 1, I told you, develop and maintain a positive attitude. I told you how you do that. You write a program. You say your program out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And set your feet on the path to do just that, okay? That's pillar number 1. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older, I told you how you do that. And you make yourself wait. You write that program. I am writing, I am increasing my own level of patience. I am making myself wait. And pretty soon you will be a patient person, okay? Not going to happen overnight, but you'll be working on it. It's just like building a muscle, okay? How you think, I don't know, muscle, okay, how you think muscle men, I know my brother was a puny little something. He built his own bench. I'm 81 and he was probably like around 18 when he did this. He built his own bench, and he's in his 70s now, in the basement. And he started lifting weights, and man, oh man, after a while, wow, we could not believe Reggie. So that's what I'm saying. So when you build your patience, and you'll get to have a muscle of patience. I hope y'all saw that picture that I just painted for you. Okay, so that's increase your level of patience. Pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. There is so much power in your ability to stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry, so don't do that to yourself. Think about your neurons too. This is what they're doing. And they should be doing like this. They should be just floating past each other, communicating with each other. Okay, stay calm. Then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, thank you, anger, frustration, whatever. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass, y'all. They'll get you through just about anything, okay? They'll keep you mellow, keep you smooth, okay? So now I want to thank y'all for joining my live. And if you got something out of it, yes, Penelope, if you got something out of it, you can do a video and tag me, or a post and tag me, telling everybody what you got out of the advice that I just shared, okay? And help me spread the word. Oh, you're very welcome. I love doing these lives, y'all. So now I want y'all to help me spread the word. And also, I wanted to tell y'all about the first book that I wrote, and it is a memoir. Now, goodshortbooks.com. Oh, good. Thank you. Goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile, and the Shelster has been posting the link every few minutes, so I appreciate that, Shells. So now, there are 11 nonfiction books there. My sister wrote 1, and I wrote 10. I call us the senior sibling authors. Her name is Anita Jones. She is 76 years old, and I'm Joyce Fields, and I'm 81 years old, or 81 years wiser, as I was told recently. So I call us the senior sibling authors. We're both retired executive assistants, so the books are well written, well formatted, and everything, okay? Because we had to do that kind of stuff on the job. And so 11 nonfiction books. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Valerie. In 9 different genres. 9 different genres, y'all. I'm going to read you the genres. memoirs, parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales, bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. Now, this is the first book that I wrote. This is a memoir, and it's entitled Line of Serenity. It's 167 pages, and it's $12.99 at goodshortbooks.com. And it includes 22 pages of my own recipes, the same recipes that are in The Best Way to Keep a Man is to Let Him Go, and 22 pages of pictures, because it's a memoir, and I have pictures of some of the people that I talk about in the book. It's a wonderful gift for anybody in your family that's like 70 or older, because I talk about stuff that they probably haven't thought about in years, like the coal man and the ice box, stuff like that. It's a wonderful read for somebody younger because it gives you an insight or a peek into the way things used to be done. Okay? So, now, this is my sister's book, My 15 Dogs. Hers is a memoir, too. A 55-year journey of love. Okay. This is 59 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. If you love dogs, you will absolutely love her book. It'll make you laugh and it'll make you cry. It's all about the escapades and adventures that she had with the dogs in her life. So, now the books are flying off the shelves, y'all. Oh, good, thank you. And go to goodshortbooks.com. Yeah, we have the covers. Well, some of the covers I did myself. Like I told you, I'm a retired executive assistant. So I did the Dear Bully cover, and I did that one from scratch. And I did the My Simple Quotes to Live By. I'm getting ready to show y'all that one. This is the one that I close my lives with. I did this cover, but it was on Amazon Kindle. So they have cover galleries, so you can choose some covers. But I did a couple of covers on my own. But at any rate, this is the book that I close my lives with. My Simple Quotes to Live By. It's 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. Oh, there's a lot of help online for y'all to get help writing a book. So, 90 pages, $7.99, goodshortbooks.com. It's 167 quotes that I coined. I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. And that quote states, "Never lose your hope and faith." Never lose your hope and faith. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. Ninth graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. And that's what I said. I don't remember saying it. I didn't know I was coining a quote. Yeah, I have a book of poems about bullying. Dear Bully, a collection of poems about bullying. So now I'm going to read y'all a quote that I coined in 2011 or 13. It was for a quote contest. It was for a calendar, so they wanted 12 quotes. And I coined this quote and submitted it to the contest. And it won as one of 12 for the calendar out of over 5,000 entries. Here is the quote. Now, I posted to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here it is. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Oh, you're welcome, Fred. So, chase your dreams, people. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. So don't allow anybody to poo-poo your dream, and don't you poo-poo anybody else's. But do chase your dream. Yes, do that. Now, the way this book is formatted, it's 90 pages, it's $7.99, and it's formatted 2 quotes per page, and the quotes are in all caps, separated by a black and white picture. This book is 90 pages. This is what's on page 90. The end, okay? So y'all can throw out page numbers, and I'll read the 2 quotes on that page. The "It's better to die chasing a dream never caught" is on page 11. In the meantime, I'm going to read y'all a 5-star review for this book, My Simple Quotes to Live By. Brian did this 5-star review. So, this is a great book to help open your mind. There are an unlimited amount of resources to learn from. You get wisdom, positivity, self-discipline, appreciation for being alive, and so much more in this easy read. This is a book you will save and review over and over again. I highly recommend buying the hard copy of it so you can write in it and highlight quotes that speak to you. This is a must-have. Yeah, see? Followed by a whole lot of exclamation points. Okay? So, now the floor is open for y'all to give me some page numbers, and I will gladly read the 2 quotes on that page, so you give y'all a taste of what these quotes are all about. So throw out some page numbers, y'all. In the meantime, I want y'all to implement the 4 pillars. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. Pillar number 3, stay calm. And pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, or any ugly stuff that's inside of you. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. Remember those words. Now, Penelope wants page 19 and CT wants page 20. Oh, they're right on next to each other. That's good. Okay, at the top of page 19, education should be free. It provides benefits to all of society. At the bottom of page 19, take time to tune in to your own breathing. Don't take it for granted. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Tune into your breathing. Can y'all live by those quotes? Now, page 20 for CT. At the top of page 20, ignorance of history is ignorance of self. At the bottom of page 20, what can you do to make the world a better place? Can you live by those quotes? Come on, y'all, give me some more page numbers so y'all can get a feel for what these quotes are all about. You don't have any more page numbers for me? I know it's slow, so, I asked for them, and then, see, that's what I'm saying. All right, page 39 for Penelope. Page 39. At the top of page 39, your family should be your harbor of love. At the bottom of page 39, the spiritual lasts forever. The physical dies or is otherwise lost. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, page 7 for Fred. At the top of page 7, good human relations is the stuff from which peace is made. At the bottom of page 7, page 42 is next. As long as you don't violate anyone else's rights or property, and treat others fairly, you're doing okay. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, page 42 for Cass. At the top of page 42, use time wisely. It will not wait for you. At the bottom of page 42, for a happy life, love and truth are two intangible must-haves. Okay, page 89, and then 33. That's the last one I'm going to read. Page 6 to 89, Nurse Ruth. Page 89. At the top of page 89, an ill-behaved child is not of his or her own making. At the bottom of page 89, no one can read your mind. It's safe to think before you speak. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay. Page 33, and this is, well, I still got a few more minutes here. Okay, page 33 for humble trades. At the top of page 33, be a leader, not a follower. Always think for yourself. At the bottom of page 33, don't take life for granted. Tune in, be aware. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay. Any more page numbers? In the meantime, as I was saying, if y'all got something from this live, yeah, please do. If y'all got something from the live, you can do a video or a post and tag me telling people what you got out of the live, out of the advice that I share. Okay, page 50. At the top of page 50, love is truth. At the bottom of page 50, don't carry a grudge. The load will wear you down. Can y'all live by those quotes? Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. I want to thank y'all for joining my live. Spread the word. Come back tomorrow. I do them Monday through Friday, and 4 o'clock. Okay. You're going to be removed. All right, so now. Yeah, Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific time, and I usually go until 5:30, 5:35 or thereabouts. So I want to thank y'all for joining, and I hope that you will spread the word for me. If you got something out of it, the title for my lives is Undifficult Your Life. Ah, that's wonderful. Thank you, Penelope. So, thank y'all. Come back tomorrow. Yeah, I need more subscribers, y'all. I would love to get as many as I possibly can, and I would think that some benefits will come as a result of maybe they'll open up different things when you get so many subscribers. I don't know. I'm very new to YouTube lives. I have over 500 TikTok lives, but this is only my 18th or 19th YouTube live. Yes, no, 4 o'clock Pacific time. So come back tomorrow, y'all. Thanks for joining. Spread the word. Later, y'all.